Yo, what is going on, guys? Today I'm going to be talking about how you can really master your color grading, how to make your color grading better, how to make your image just look better as a whole. There's a lot of people that don't really know the ins and outs of this. They might be using it the wrong way, or they might not know about certain ways to actually make your color look a lot better, be able to try and get that look that you think is perfect for your footage. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to go through, I'm going to show you guys all the ways you can color grade using your Lumetri Color panel, using LUTs. I'm also going to provide you guys with a free LUT, so click on the description down below, go download that, throw it on your footage, see if it works for you guys. But make sure you watch this. I want to show you guys exactly how to apply everything, how to get the best look, how to change your LUT to be able to blend it and make it look better. But anyways, we're going to start off by talking about the Lumetri Color panel. So you guys might be asking why we should even care about this when we can use LUTs and just have a quick little preset that we can do. Well, the thing is, you can't really change a lot with LUTs. You don't have as much creative control, as well as learning this color panel can actually give you guys a lot of cool effects and looks that is very beneficial that LUTs can't give you. So let's just click on our footage right here. So one big tip whenever you guys are color grading is you'll get a way better output if you guys shoot as raw as possible. So you want to have this flat image. If you're shooting with a Canon camera, you can go and download CineStyle picture profile, or if you're on a Sony, if you go into your settings, you can look up different picture profiles. I use Cine 4, but I highly recommend the very first step. If you guys don't know what I'm talking about, go onto YouTube right now or Google, look up whatever camera you have and look up flat picture profile or cinematic picture profile and go get the best one, so that whenever you're shooting your footage, it's going to be very gray. And the reasoning for this is, if we come over here to the Lumetri scopes, is you want to have as much gray to start with, so that whenever you apply color, it's going to look better, it's going to look more natural. If you guys are shooting in one of the picture profiles that already has color, it's going to mess up a lot of this. So like I said, shoot as flat, as gray as possible. Okay. So first we're going to talk about this Lumetri color panel. So the reason behind this is because this is really what you can change. So if you guys learn this, then it's going to improve your color a lot. So you can make the changes. Depending on the footage, a LUT isn't always going to work. You have to make adjustments. So let's just go through the basic correction. This is kind of just your color correction, where if it's too dark or too bright, you can change your exposure like this, and you'll see this goes up or down depending on how much light. But for this, this was properly exposed in camera, so we're just going to keep it at 0. I'm also going to be making a video talking about how you guys can properly expose your cameras, because that's probably the biggest mistake I see a lot of you guys doing whenever you guys send me your work, is your stuff isn't properly exposed. So if you guys don't know how to do that yet, what you can do is you can actually use this exposure bar to actually fix some of that. But the best way is properly exposed in camera. But like I said, this will help you. Contrast, highlights, shadows, you can always mess around with that, try and get the best look. Saturation if you want more color. And then what you can also do is, if you come down here to curves, this is actually a very useful thing that I learned back when I was learning Photoshop. If you actually take this line curve right here and you bump up the lights, and then you also drop the darks, and you kind of create this like S-shaped curve, it gives you this kind of like cinematic look, and it's already looking better. If you see I turned that off, it already makes the footage look more cinematic, and a lot of cinematic footage has that kind of like highlights, dark look. So that S-curve is something that you can use a lot. Like I said, you don't have to do it with all your footage, but just play around with what works, and then you can actually create something good. Hue Saturation Curve, I don't usually touch this, but if you do want to have the saturation kind of a certain hue, like for example, if I wanted something like dark blue, you can mess around with that and maybe like bump that up, try and get that kind of look. So the color wheels, this is something I use a lot, just because if you actually click on one of these and then you come to your effect controls and then you come over here to Lumetri Color, this won't be showing up, like I said, if I click actually make a change, but if you do, it'll show up in your effect controls. Once you do that, I use color wheels a lot, and I come down here and I keyframe these to get specific looks. So if I wanted to turn this bright red or dark red, what I could do is I could actually click this little keyframe animation. I could drag to where I want it to become dark red. So for example, if I was having like some kind of like horror film, I wanted to turn it red, what I could do is I could actually come here, take the midtones and make them red like this. I could come down, drop the shadows like that, and you'll see that this actually becomes a nice dark red, but it actually fades into it because of that keyframe. So I'll play it for you guys. You see it kind of fades red, it looks cool, and that's just something that you guys can keep in mind. Like, keyframing your color is actually very important, and if you guys really want to make changes to your color, you need to learn how to perfect this Lumetri color panel. Also, I've been teasing it a lot, but on Friday I should be dropping my new preset pack. I actually have this completely built in. So I'll just show one of my color ones. If you guys go and pick this up, for example, turn blue, turn red, if you take that, drag it on there, it'll already do it. You can just save yourself the time, and it looks very good, like I said, and then anything can be changed. But that will be dropping Friday. It has a lot of cool stuff. Half of it, I'd say, is just something that's going to save you time, as well as cool transitions that I created. as well as other things like changing colors like this. So that's something that's really cool included in there. Okay, so anyways, let's get back on topic. Like I said, you can do a lot of cool things with keyframing of the highlights, the shadows, the midtones. You can create a really cool look, even if you want to just kind of change the color grade. If you want maybe a darker look, you can bump your shadows down like this, and vice versa. You can also kind of turn it towards one color. If you want to create like a dark blue kind of vibe, you can always like put it around here and then maybe drop it a bit, as well as kind of bump down the shadows. Just kind of play with the look, try and get that perfect color grade that you're really looking for. Alright, so now let's talk about the thing that I think is the easiest for coloring. And like I said, if you're doing this, you still need to know how to do all this stuff with your Lumetri color panels. And I always highly recommend you use these Lumetri scopes just to see really where the color is. So we're going to use the scopes right here just to give you guys an example of the LUT we're going to use. So this LUT is free, like I said, download it in the description below for free. And what we're going to do is I'm going to show you guys how to apply LUT. It's very easy. So once you download it, you're just going to open up a folder right here, and then you're going to go to PC. You're going to click on your hard drive or wherever you have everything saved. So we're going to come here. Next, we're going to go to Program Files. We're going to go to Adobe. We're going to go to Premiere Pro, and then we're going to come down here to Lumetri, and then LUTs, and then creative. Make sure you save it in creative. So once you find this creative folder, whatever LUT you download it, just drag it in here, and then you can pull any one you want. So like I said, that's how you save it. That's how you have the LUT to use. Once you've done that, you come over here to your creative tab in Lumetri Color. You come up here to look, and then you click browse. And then you just navigate to the same exact folder. Once you do it once, anytime you want to change the LUT, it'll already be in this creative folder. And I actually made this myself. This isn't some free thing. I'm planning on releasing a LUT pack in the future, but this one's going to be for free for you guys just because I think it looks pretty cool. We're going to open that up, and you can see it already changes it so much. So pay attention to the scopes over here. I'm going to click Control Z. Very gray. Everything's kind of close together, and then I'm going to redo it. And you'll see everything kind of bumps up, the reds, the color just becomes more vibrant, it becomes more cinematic. So one more important thing about LUTs that you should know that I actually haven't seen a lot of people talk about, I just kind of had to figure out, is if you apply LUT, it'll automatically be put at 100% intensity. So this is the reason why we put this in the creative folder and not the basic correction folder. If you put in the basic correction folder to start with, and then you try and change it, you can't change the intensity. So that's why if you put in the creative folder, then you can come down here, you can drop the intensity. So for example, if you think this LUT is kind of too if you think this LUT is kind of too much, it's kind of too colorful, it's too something that you don't like, you actually come over here to the intensity, make this whatever you like. I'll make it 50, and that's kind of closer to the original. So if I just turn the LUT off by making this none, this is what it looks like. This is what it looks like just raw with just the gray, and then here's what it looks like with the 50%. So I think that looks better. It's not too crazy, so that's something that you guys should know. It's a really good tip that I have that I recommend, and it just looks really good. So if you guys can get this LUT, this preset look that you like a lot, and then you can just go in and change your correction, you can actually perfect how your color grade looks, and it can look a lot better than what you're doing right now. So like I said, the first step, getting that flat picture profile. Next step, learning and mastering your Lumetri color panel with keyframes, as well as knowing the use for everything, knowing how to change light, knowing how to change color. And then the LUTs is something that it's just a very useful preset where you can get this creative look. Using your Lumetri color panel, you can raise or drop this. If you just change any of these and then kind of look, you can even copy certain color grades. I actually have a video talking about how to get the Moonrise Kingdom look. It's one of my older videos, but it's still very good. It talks about how to use the Lumetri scopes to copy a color grade and get a certain kind of look. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'm gonna throw in one more little before and after just to show you guys how quick and easy you can do this. And if you learn how to do this, like I said, if you master how to do all of this, you can really improve your look so much more. So anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Anything you'd like to see next, leave it in the comment section below. Hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys later.